and Tim Kaine want to build an economy that works for everyone, not just the people at the top.
Congresswoman Marcia Fudge getting a little bit of static, extolling the virtues of the Democrat ticket, Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine, but you saw the reaction of the Bernie Sanders supporters upset about the whole notion of that Trans-Pacific Partnership trade deal. If we can take a look right now at the convention floor, you can see another member of Congress with whom I used to mix it up. This is Luis Gutierrez of Illinois. Luis is one of the most vociferous champions of amnesty. As Democrats, don't let this deceive you. About compassion, I don't think so. It's about bringing in new voters and forgetting about what it means to enter a country lawfully and vote as a citizen. Fast-tracking things. That's just my take. Now, somebody who may have a different take is the gentleman who joins us now, and he is a good friend. He is in the convention hall at this moment. He is the chairman of Cousin O'Connor Public Strategies, Mark Alderman. Mark's a former member of the Obama-Biden presidential transition team and a former co-chair of the Kerry for President National Finance Committee. And also from Newsmax Washington, my old pal from the class of '94, former Illinois Congressman Michael Patrick Flanagan. Now, I just have to ask you, Mark, your take. I know that Luis is down there firing everybody up, but this has been a rough day for Democrats.
Well, Congressman, it's a little loud here, as you can hear. Your former colleague was stirring the pot. And yes, it's been a messy day for Democrats. We're a messy party. This is what we do. But I believe that the right thing was done by Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She stepped down. She's not addressing the convention. And after the First Lady and Senator Sanders tonight, we'll be back on track, JD.
Well, Michael Patrick Flanagan, I appreciate what Mark is telling us. Yet, if you hear what Norman Solomon, the national coordinator of the Bernie Delegates Network, was telling the press earlier today, Mark is saying that most of the Bernie backers want to keep going in terms of protesting on the floor. Let's listen, and then Mike will get your reaction.
A substantial majority of the polled, surveyed delegates support participating, say they want to participate in protests on the floor, in part in connection with Hillary Clinton's appearance, even more so than in the scheduled acceptance speech of Tim Kaine, although there's a majority in that realm as well.
So the Bernie folks are still fired up. Do you think in any way that kind of upset, Michael Patrick Flanagan, is going to be extinguished this week?
No, I don't think so. And here's what both major parties don't seem to understand, and that is that it's a movement with a guy at the head, in the case of the Republicans, Trump, in the case of the Democrats, Bernie, but those guys do not own that movement. They just happen to be leading it. And that movement on the Democratic side is going to go on, and just because Bernie has moved over and decided to embrace Hillary, warts and all, does not mean that they're going to say, well, okay, now we're with Hillary. They're going to move on just the same, as the same thing would have happened if somehow the establishment wrested the nominee from the people on the other side in the Republican Party. There'd be a huge raucous mess there. This isn't going to get salved over quickly. And Bernie and his establishment will do Hillary, but there's going to be a huge number of Bernie folks that are going to need something. They're going to need something from Hillary. I don't know what can be done, but something from them to bring them along. And just saying, well, you're good Democrats, get in line, is not going to be good enough.
Mark Alderman, you said at the outset that you think Debbie Wasserman Schultz did the right thing in terms of stepping down. Now, last night on 60 Minutes, it was very interesting to watch what happened. Actually, they did not. It's interesting. CBS News did not show this as part of 60 Minutes, but it was available on the CBS News 60 Minutes website. Hillary Clinton doing her best Sergeant Schultz impersonation about the emails and all that went on at the DNC. Here's the way it looked on the CBS News website.
Again, I don't have any information about this, and so I can't answer specifically. We ran our campaign. We ran hard. We worked to have as many successes as possible. I'm very proud that we got more votes than anybody else running, including Donald Trump.
So I got to ask you again, Mark, does that really hold up? Does Hillary have, quote, plausible deniability in this?
I don't think that Secretary Clinton has liability for what went on at the DNC. It is the chairwoman's jurisdiction. She was in charge. The buck has to stop there. And I think that Debbie Wasserman Schultz, whom I will tell you is a friend of mine, I admire her. I think she's done a lot for the party. She has worked hard, but she was partisan. That was not a straight deck that was being dealt out of the DNC. And I think the right thing has happened here. I think that the Sanders people got what they wanted and deserved. And I do not think that this has legs, JD. I think we're going to be talking tomorrow about tonight's speeches, not yesterday's emails.
All right, well, we'll see about that. Michael Patrick Flanagan, it is worth noting that Donald Trump, again on the stump, kind of gets into these stream of consciousness moments. Earlier today in Roanoke, he addressed Hillary and had a little fun with her name yet again. Here's the way it went down.
Why did Hillary get rid of her middle name? Huh? Hillary? No, but why did she get rid of it? Hillary Rotten Clinton. Rotten Clinton. Hillary Rotten Clinton, right? Maybe that's why. It's too close. No, it's too close. It's too close. You think Mike Pence would say this? I don't think so.
Hey, Michael, this is an interesting juxtaposition. In the old days, it was the vice presidential nominee who went out and was the firebrand. This time around on the Republican ticket, there's the top of the ticket, Trump, just kind of doing a Don Rickles thing in the body politic. And there's Brother Pence kind of standing back and being a little more low-key.
I'll tell you, the old school of politics, and it still is good to this day, says you don't make fun of somebody's name ever. There's no time when that works for you. And if he's looking to attract independents and moderate Democrats to actually vote for him, go the step further than staying home, but actually come over to him, you can't beat up the Democratic Party or the nominee too badly, at least not on a personal, abusive level. I'd encourage him to stop that. But, you know, you're right. He is trying to do the opposite of what he should be doing, and that's high and mighty and giving good policy speeches and talking about stuff and engaging in the television personality that he is. God bless him. I love him. I hope that he wins. I'll work hard to help him win. But there are some things that just because you're ahead doesn't mean the rules don't apply to you. And he's learned that a couple of times in this cycle when he gets ahead and he runs his mouth and bad things happen. You know, Wisconsin, we remember that. So take it easy, enjoy your lead, and play on defense for a little bit.
All right, well, let's talk about national defense. And Mark Alderman, Hillary was in Charlotte today speaking to the veterans of foreign wars, and she took issue with some of the rhetoric Donald Trump is using about America. Let's look and listen.
I don't understand people who trash talk about America, who talk about us as being in decline, who act as though we are not yet the greatest country that has ever been created on the face of the earth for all of history.
Now, I got to tell you, I don't quibble with those lines, Mark, but she didn't really engender a passionate response among the convention goers there with the veterans of foreign wars. Got about a minute.
Well, I think that Secretary Clinton was expressing her tremendous pride in this country. She was expressing her tremendous belief in this country. And yes, she was questioning why too many people question America's greatness. But of course, the absolute champion at questioning Americans' greatness is Donald Trump. Donald Trump paints a vision, a dark dystopian Mad Max vision of America as a Gotham City ruled by corrupt criminals, which only a billionaire can save. That isn't the country I live in, JD. I don't think it's the country that Michael or you lives in. And I think that what Secretary Clinton was doing was addressing Donald Trump, not the critics of the country otherwise.
See, I take it, I don't think it's dystopian or Batman. I just think that it's a situation where it's like the old Charles Atlas ad, the insult that made a man out of Mac, where a guy's getting kicked around and Trump is doing the before and after rather than that dark vision. At any rate, we'll continue it later. Mark Alderman from Philadelphia, Michael Patrick Flanagan from Newsmax, Washington. Gentlemen, you have our thanks. There is more politics to discuss. My old pal, Congressman Peter King, joins us next.